it starts with your personal story. So before people buy a product, they want to know who you are. And when you share your story, people are able to connect with you in a way that that makes you different from anyone else in the market. Then secondly, you have to identify the need in the market. So, say for example, you want to go into the real estate photography business. If you are targeting hotels or you're targeting the hospitality industry, you start by identifying the businesses that are coming into the region and reach out to them personally because most of the time, the creatives wait for the client to reach out to them, which most of the time never works, and especially when you're starting out. So it is upon you to reach out by sending cold emails, by finding a link or finding a connection that can then get your foot in the door. You must make sure that number one, before you do all this, when you have a strong story, make sure that secondly, you have a strong portfolio because once you get your foot in the door, the next question will be, what have you done before? And in order to do this, it starts by creating personal projects. Most of the time, as a creative, from my own career, the thing that propelled me most is personal projects. So I would identify stories that are close to my heart. And for me, the beginning was telling stories of African heroes because I noticed that growing up in primary school, we used to learn about all our heroes like Makatilili Uwamenza, uh, Lwana Magere, but the stories were very short and they were never really painted in a way that excited your imagination. So I decided to recreate these stories in a way that could connect with the youth and make it interesting and exciting. Through these stories, I was able to grow a following on social media. And with this huge following, I was also able to tap into other areas where I submitted my personal work to competitions, both locally and internationally. Now, someone asked, how do you check your career from internationally? So, starts by applying to different opportunities that are out there. So, I would submit my photos to different competitions, and I used to get a lot of regret letters. I think for every 20 I would send out, only one would come back with some hope, but then it would be a shortlisting and then end up in, oh, we are sorry, but we had so many beautiful applications and you didn't make it. And this happened for so many years to the point where at some point I thought I was not good enough because I would submit my photos for close to 3 years, and each and every time I was always getting a regret. So I remember the last year, which was 2016, I said this was going to be the last submission I'm going to make to photo competitions. And if it didn't go through, I wasn't going to apply to any other photo competition. Turns out, just when you're about to quit, that moment when you're about to hang the boots and say, screw this, that's when the opportunity opens up. And that year, I was nominated for the Kenya Photo Awards, and I ended up winning in four categories and being voted the photographer of the year, which in turn launched my career and propelled me in ways that I could never imagine. So with that, I was able to now share my personal story more, have a strong portfolio, and then reach out to different organizations. Now, as I started creating work for different organizations, this became a proof of concept, whereby now one organization would refer me to the other, or I would walk to a different organization where I could identify the need and tell them, by the way, I did this and this for IBM, and we can do the same for you or even better. And this